ACIM Insights, Lesson 312. I see all things as I would have them be. Last night I watched a TV drama in which there was a character that irritated me. I perceived her as manipulative and controlling. Afterward, I remembered that everything I see is a projection of my own mind. My judgment of the character symbolized my judgment of myself. I perceived her as guilty as a means of denying and putting outside of me the guilt I believed was in me. This is a good example to me that I see all things as I would have them be. Were I holding the Holy Spirit's hand, I would see the character as a holy child of God. The behavior would be recognized as meaningless. Irritation would be impossible, for love only blesses, and a child of God is love and nothing else. As I brought this perception of the character to the Holy Spirit, with the recognition that it was a symbol of my own perceived guilt, I remembered that at one time there was a person in my life that I perceived as controlling and manipulative. It took me several years of bringing my perception of that person to spirit and asking for help with forgiveness before my thoughts of that person were healed. The healing came when I recognized that the behavior I perceived in this other person reflected a deeply hidden belief in guilt in my own mind. Spirit led me to forgive myself for what I thought I did, but never really happened. Only then was I able to think about this person and remain at peace. Now I see that there is another layer to this forgiveness, another layer of guilt to be undone. And so I ask the Holy Spirit to take these thoughts of judgment and guilt. I ask for His strength and know that it is given me. Through His strength and vision, I can learn once again that harm is impossible and thus guilt is never justified. I can learn what I thought I did, perhaps lifetimes ago, never really happened. I remain love as God created me. Today I would welcome Holy Spirit's love and strength. Today I would welcome His vision and see the world free along with me. Thus will I see a world forgiven and know the peace of God. It is helpful for me to remember that perception follows judgment. It is helpful for me to remember that what I am seeing is what I am choosing to see. It is helpful for me to remember that I am making the decision to hold the ego's hand or the Holy Spirit's hand every moment. It is helpful for me to remember that when I see guilt anywhere in the outside world, I am holding ego's hand. It is then time for me to take what I am perceiving to the Holy Spirit to receive a shift in perception. It is time to open to recognizing the innocence and unity behind the scenes of guilt and separation I am seeing. It is time to recognize that it is only the ego that tries to make guilt real. This is an ongoing daily process. As I take each perception that is not reflecting innocence and unity to the Holy Spirit to be undone, I am gradually opening the prison doors I have made for myself. I can ask the Holy Spirit to be my constant companion. I can quiet my mind and give the Holy Spirit all the time He needs to clear out the cobwebs in my mind. I have bought into dreams of separation. This has generated guilt and fear. All this needs to be undone, and in the illusion it takes time. On my own, I can do nothing to heal my mind. But as I open up and am willing to join with the Holy Spirit, I find that each perception of guilt, each perception of lack, each fearful thought is quietly undone as I continue the daily practice of taking every thought that is not love to the Holy Spirit for a changed perception. If I am not at peace, there is still work to be done. There is still more unrecognized belief in separation and guilt to be healed. The good news is the Holy Spirit is always there right in my mind, waiting to change my perception as I am willing to open up to Him. Today is another day of mind healing. and I have everything I need right in my mind to continue with the ongoing practice of forgiveness. I see all things as I would have them be. Knowing that I can see so easily exactly where I am spiritually, by simply noting my reactions is very helpful. Today should be interesting as I practice awareness and see how often I am holding ego's hand. It will be very healing as I let go of ego's hand and choose again. I used to get impatient and discouraged because I would make a new choice and then had to turn around and do it again 5 minutes later. I'm practicing loving patience with myself now, and it has worked really well. Now I see that the impatience was just another ego strategy to keep me where I was.